Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today is a day that we've been speaking about quite a bit recently, and it's a very exciting day because we're going to collect our animals that we bought about 3 weeks ago. So it'll be good to see how they've grown. Obviously you haven't actually seen them yet, so it'll be the first time for you today. We said we'll be there for around 10, so we're going to leave shortly. Dad's just getting the trailer on now. But it's also a very exciting day for another reason, because it's the first time we properly are going to be using this, the new T'Pari Crush. We have used it once before, and that was to run them through onto a lorry. So we haven't held animals in the Crush, so that's the first today. So it'll be good to use it, and it's going to take some getting used to, I reckon, because it's all powered by air. But yeah, very exciting to use that today. And the reason we're going to be using that is because we're going to bring all of our cattle back, these 10 animals that we're going to collect now. We're going to bring them back, we're going to weigh and worm them. Usually you worm them after they've been to field for a bit, but these animals have been outwintered, so it'll be fine just to bring them back and worm them straight away. It could have been a better day, but it's not. And next week doesn't look any better, which is a shame because we've had such a good last week. It's nice and sunny. But yeah, anyway, we're gonna head over there now. I'll get a couple of clips of them loading up. But yeah, I'll see you when we're back in the yard with the new arrivals to the farm. So, we're now at the yard.
Put the bolts in there.
The cattle are in here.
I won't go right across the road because it's foul to the other one. Hang on, Bob.
That's the lot. So these are the animals. We got 10 in total. They are 7 steers and 3 heifers. And as you can see from the white faces, there's a bit of Hereford in them, so they're Angus crossed Hereford. The bit that we liked about them the most was their front legs. This is probably the biggest, I think, here, biggest steer. And their front legs are just really big and really chunky, which is good because it shows that they'll grow and they can bear that weight to be a big animal. And obviously they've got everything about them. It's a really nice frame. They cost $1,500, so it is a bit expensive, but when they're 70% steers, it's bound to be that expensive. But we'll weigh them now, and then we can work out our pence per kilo that we paid for them. But yeah. $409. Ooh. Oh, just on the edge. These also haven't had any hard feed at all, so they're 12 months old, so they're growing really well and just outwintered. Oh,
453, I think.
look at that.
435. That's all right.
Out they go. So that's them all weighed. We'll have a look at the averages, but I reckon the average is above 400. I think there's perhaps 2 below 400, I think. But the 2 that were below 400s had a big frame. They just hadn't been, they weren't as filled out. All right, we'll run them down again now and chuck them in the trailer, get them out to the field. Okay, here we go. Turnout 2026. It won't be very exciting, but it's the first animals in the field.
First few animals.
Right, here we go.
3, 2, 1.
There we go. Bit of a mess here, but it's always a bit wetter in this gateway. And then we've got a bit of hard feed for them, so we're giving them a kilo, just to push them on a tad at the minute. But unfortunately, they aren't running around and skipping. That'll be for a little while until that happens. Bit of a mess in there, isn't it?
A little bit.
I did think they'd run around a little bit more than this because they were only in like a little paddock where they were, and now they've got a big 10-acre field to run around. But anyway, so the weights of these was 410 kilos on average, and the heaviest was 470 and the lightest was 380. So very happy with that. But yeah, give them their nuts. They're 18% protein.
It's really good because they've been outwintered, and if you would have seen when we were weighing them, they're all like, there was one in there that was at 470 kilos,
Yeah,
and they've never been inside. They've never even seen hard food.
yeah. So we'll take a bit of time to get them used to it. But
Yeah. And you're probably wondering why we're giving them a bit of hard feed, especially considering they've been outwintered and they're now in a field. But it keeps their condition on, It makes them a bit more friendlier.
Yeah.
Because they come up to us every day.
And the grass out here isn't the best grass we got, because we've got
No.
quite a bit of this stuff here,
It's
which
it's a
doesn't have
very-
much value in it. But we've got some bedding up to do with the ones that are still inside.
Yeah.
Couple of weeks and they'll be out, and then everyone's happy. Usually we would have like half of everything out by now. Obviously, usually we buy it, but buy everything in. We don't usually have the shed, but we'd usually have about 20 animals or so out by now. But it's just been such a wet spring that I haven't been able to do a lot, really. That has got to be the best part of the week. Watching them all run around in here when you let them in. Nice Hereford heifer she is, nice and square. But anyway, that's going to do it for today's video. So if you did enjoy, like and subscribe, and then you'll also be able to follow along as the cattle grow, which is always exciting to see. And hopefully they grow quite well, because usually when we get Angus's, they're a bit shorter like this, but those ones are quite tall, so I'm excited to see what they can do. Yeah, until next time, goodbye.